yes, I have a platform for mothers, and people expect that naturally I'm this super mom.
Yeah.
It was not like that. I didn't want my baby on me. I was like, I wanted to be able to leave the house, but I didn't have something. I was stuck at home.
Posting content about children with special needs, advertising events like that, it made me realize that you are also interested in issues concerning mental health. And I want to know, do you have any personal story which makes you so interested in issues of mental health?
Yeah. So I do have a cousin who struggles with his mental health. And that isn't the reason why. Right now, as you're asking me, that's how come I'm mentioning it, but that was never my intention for going that route. What happened was when I started my show, I was interviewing more and more parents, and they opened my eyes to a different world. And I realized I had been in a bubble. When you are not going through anything like that directly, when with your children and anything like that, you feel this is how it's supposed to be. Then you meet other people who struggling in a different area, and you're like, wow. Then you meet more people who are struggling in that same area, like, okay, it's more than you thought it was. So I realized that the needed help wasn't there. And also, people weren't talking about it because we don't like to talk about things that seriously are ugly.
Yeah.
It's just always the happy stories and this, and once in a while you share a sad story here and there, but we don't want anything too serious. And if it's too serious and it's frowned upon, it is something that you should just keep indoors. And that's how come people are able to keep children that are different from the regular children indoors. Yeah. Some people don't even know that, they have maybe 3 kids, maybe one has an issue like this, and then the 2 are perceived as normal. That one is locked in there the whole time. So I felt, number 1, we need to talk about this thing more. Number 2, we need to be more inclusive. And we talk about inclusivity like it's the buzzword. Inclusivity, you don't just say, okay, we are inclusive and that's it. You have to be able to make room for that. Like, what are you doing exactly that makes it inclusive? When the people come to the space, do they really have access? Let's say it's a place wheelchair accessible, do they have access to, there should be certain things that you've made available so that when they come, they feel at home. And some of them are so basic. But when you don't go, like I said, when you're not going through it, you don't notice it. Yeah. The first person I ever interviewed on my show was a mom of 4 children who was blind.
So I want you to walk us through what pregnancy was like. Pregnancy, because definitely you were visiting the hospital. Mm-hmm. So pregnancy, antenatal, what was that like for you?
Mm-hmm. So personally, I have written an article.
Okay.
Going through what women with disabilities go through in terms of from conception to delivery and up to postnatal. So I titled it the mysteries behind childbirth in Ghana. We have made it. Okay. You see, as a woman with disability, when you are pregnant, the first impression is that women with disabilities are not supposed to even engage in sexual activity. Wow. So they are ill sexual and they are not supposed to be married.
Yeah.
So when they see you, the first comment they make is, so why
yeah, they say it to your face.
Oh yes.
Wow.
When you see, so disgusting, wow. As if you are not a human being, you are not a woman, yeah. And the like. Delivery births in Ghana are not accessible, especially those that are used for antenatal. When you go as a woman with physical disability, the births cannot be lowered. The midwives and nurses feel comfortable standing and examining you. Meanwhile, you as a woman with physical disability, you struggle to climb.
Yeah.
Especially those that have polio and the like. It's very difficult. But I think that this is something very simple we could do.
Yeah.
Just having a bed that when a woman with disability comes, you can lower for the person to climb.
Yes.
And then you start with the examination. So when you complain, what they say is that excuse my language, but that is what they say. How did you climb the bed?
Wow.
So forgetting that, I mean, that's my home, so I can make a tailor-made bed to suit my condition. So the examination bed is not accessible. And let me also say that hospital is a new environment. So as a woman with visual impairment, you go there, the environment is not friendly at all. So whilst a non-woman with disability will walk there comfortably, you need to study the environment and the like, because a nurse will not stop what she's doing to take you around.
Yes.
And she's blind, she's married, she has 4 children. And you can imagine what she's been through at hospitals with her pregnancy. People say all sorts of things that we want anyway. Things like that. Go to the pharmacy and she's like, I can't see. Things like that. And you think, oh, a hospital, I mean, come on, they should be.
Yeah.
But then, no, it's not like that. And I'm not saying all these things to bash hospitals, but I'm just saying that we are in 2023. These are things that we should have solved a long time ago. And it's still happening. So I said, back to this community center, we don't have everything yet, but my dream is to have a space where everybody feels included, number one. Even my children do not walk by and point and say, Mommy, why does this person walk like that? Or why? No, I want them to be that this is what society is made up of different people. You understand? So for me, that was my focus. I cringe. I cringe when my kids have done that before, where they see someone and it's like, if they saw one, the first time they saw someone on a wheelchair, they didn't understand. Anyway, and then I was just like, wow, I'm not exposed them to some of these things. So instead of the advice we were giving when we were kids, which was, don't look at this person, when this person, no, don't look at it. Maybe look at that person and smile. Things like that. Like, that's a society. So these are some of the things that I wanted to implement here, and it was just based on conversations that some of these bold women were able to come out and talk about and enlighten some of us. Yeah.
So have you ever had any issues with your own mental health?
So for me, even going back before childbirth, going back to lose my dad. My dad was the first close relative that I lost. When I lost my dad, I did not do any therapy. Then a year later, I lost my brother. And losing my brother was honestly the hardest thing I've ever gone through. Because, yes, losing my dad was tragic, but my dad was old. I felt he was accomplished. I felt, in some ways, you can say he was ready to go. Because there was a question I once asked him, which was, that if you could go back in time, is there anything you would want to redo? He told me I'd live his whole life. So for anyone to say that when they go, it's not as sad as losing someone who was in his 30s, who was so young, very vibrant, very friendly. So that was something I struggled with. And with my dad, again, he died out of the country, so I wasn't there to witness it. But with my brother, we all witnessed it. We all took him to the hospital. It was a very, very long night. We all saw him literally die. So that was something that I didn't work through. I didn't even know it was something I had to work through.
Yeah, because it's not something we talk about.
And some of these things, it kind of manifests in other ways.
Yeah.
So, apart from dreams and things that I would have, it's not even something I would say that today I have gotten over. Then I had my first baby, and then because I said I was ill-informed and my labor was also very long, and it was honestly very traumatic for me. I suffered postpartum depression, and at the time I didn't know that was what I was going through. But my mom suffered postpartum depression, and she noticed the signs very early. So the minute she saw it, she told me that was what it was, and she started to, I'll say, be a little bit kinder, and, because at the beginning it was a struggle, especially between the two of us. But later on, she realized, because there were certain things, certain signs I was really going through a lot of things, and I wasn't necessarily bonding with my baby. Yes, I have a platform for mothers, and people expect that naturally I'm this super mom. It was not like that. I didn't want my baby on me. I was like, I wanted to be able to leave the house, but somehow I was stuck at home. It was a whole lot of things. So anytime I would leave and I would come home, I would be upset. I went through that for a while. before finally I was able to bond with him. And even with my baby, he wasn't even the clingy type. So it was like we were both detached. So I did suffer postpartum depression, and it's something I've shared, something I've blogged about, and some of the things I have now, looking back, I've seen some of the signs and tried to learn to tell other women, so that just in case, because when you are going through it, you do not know what you are going through. And sometimes you don't even have the words to explain it. And you know what, I actually thank God for the kind of society we are in today, because now there are words for everything.
Yeah.
At first, there weren't words to describe certain feelings, certain things, so it's like, what kind of confusing thing is this? And then someone is asking you and you're upset, and it was the whole thing. Even with my spouse and I, it was just very hard. I couldn't explain it to him. He thinks I'm supposed to be grateful. I'm thinking,
that you went and you came back.
And I'm like, no. So it was a lot. But fortunately, when my mom noticed it and said, this is what it is, and now I had a name for it, read about it, could kind of understand why I was going through that helped. And I would say, fortunately, I wasn't out there so much where, you have like aunties and uncles all saying all sorts of things. I was at home. So the few people who were at home understood what it was, and they didn't bother me too much about it. But some other people don't have it that easy. Yeah.
With the postpartum depression that you went through, did you have to see a therapist or be on any medication or do any of those things?
No. So with that, because I said like my mom had gone through it, she was able to kind of, in some ways, kind of serve as my therapist. Yeah. So I didn't go and seek a therapist, but she was there. She really kind of walked me through it, kind of told me some of the things that worked for her, that I could do, just even going outside and home, and not always feeling like I'm put up in there with the baby. Even sometimes being away from my baby helped. So she would, take care of that, and now I could be free to do other things, and working out also helped me. At that time, all I wanted to do was, I wasn't feeling beautiful, and it wasn't just about weight gain. I just was not feeling beautiful. So she told me, she said, just go exercise, do something. You don't need to go run or anything. Maybe we had a minute trampoline and it's just about jumping, go jump. And I know that was also therapy for me. So there are little things I did. I started to go out with my friends. When I say go out with my friends, literally just go and grab something to eat with one friend. And yeah, that also helped. What wasn't helping was I didn't have a lot of friends that were moms at the time.
Okay, I remember the first mom.
Exactly. So I just needed a listening ear. Now it's helpful because now we can all share. At that time, I don't even think that the friend I was sharing with at the time really understood, but at least she listened, which was fine. So yeah, these are little things that I did for myself. The first time I ever did, I have gone for therapy. The first time I did that was, I think it was 2 years. Either last or 2 years ago, I don't even remember. But I did that just because at that time I wasn't suffering from postpartum depression or anything like that. But the weight of other people's issues.
Yes, it was burdening.
It was burdening me. People don't also talk about that because I'm someone that I'm here for. You said
yes.
So you can share. This shouldn't stop anyone. You can share your story. So I have so many stories from different people who are really going through it and share with me. And sometimes it can become a lot. So I got to a certain point where I realized, I do need to talk to someone. So I started therapy, and the therapy helped me uncover even more things.
Yeah.
I went in for one thing, but honestly, I feel like I left with so many other things. So that was very helpful. Yeah.
That's what therapy does. And then, like you said, the weight of other people's issues. I remember, was it 2021 or 2022? Like I was informally counseling someone, and I began to realize that this person's issues is really getting to me and it's getting under my skin. So I had to detach from that person for a while, and then also explain to the person that I've gotten professional help for you, I'm also there for you, but I don't think I was counseling this person for about 2 years. I felt I don't think what I'm doing is enough for you. Maybe you need to see someone else. And I had to do that respectfully. Even though she was upset, she didn't like how, you know how sometimes people can get very close to you.
Yes.
Then it's like they are suffering from separation anxiety or something. But I just had to make you understand that it's really getting to me, and I don't like it. So I need my time and my space. And she's doing well for herself now. And I try not to get too attached to people anymore, because I realize when you give people that opportunity, they begin to really burden you without even realizing that they just, even therapists, they themselves, they also go for therapy. They go for therapy, because you cannot be listening. Yeah, you get paid and everything to listen to people's problems and all that, but it gets to you. It gets to you. You can't. It will definitely get to you one way or another. If it's not manifesting the way it will start manifesting in other areas. And for me, I've also realized when I'm actively counseling someone and the counseling is not going my way and the person, like, I'm not seeing results, I begin to get very worried and upset. Like, and I can't fix everybody. So I've had to, over the years, I've had to evolve, and always, when you come to me, I send you to the professionals list and then just do my informal counseling on the side, because of course not everybody can afford the professionals, and sometimes it's just sad when you also can't help people because they can't afford. So I've just realized that sometimes God just wants us to help people to a certain point, and you've done your part, and you just like be okay and not get really, because first when I can solve people's problems, like, hey, I'll be so worried, and sometimes you also be praying for the person and it's not going your back. Unless if you don't take your time, you'll be really, really upset with people's issues and you forget about your own issues. So I'm really glad that you've spoken from your heart. I've gotten to know more about you, and the more I know about what you are doing, it makes me really happy. I'm congratulating you in advance for all the many things that you do to continue to bless other mothers. I'm just glad that, like, you are a pillar that when we are talking about maternal health and wellness, Eno Quagraine is there. Thank you so much. And I'll make sure to put in all your socials, your links to your blog, I even found out today that you have YouTube.
Yes, which I'm not active on at all.
Yes.
But yes.
But you make up for it in other areas. I'll put the pictures and videos of this place. I'll make sure I put all of them in the video so that all of you out there can make sure that you benefit from the resources that Eno is providing, and make sure you share too. People are going through stuff. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Esena. Thank you.
We hope that you join us again in the quarters another time. God richly bless you.
Amen. Thank you.
So it's bye from all of us. Bye.